Hey, Brian Young here. Thanks for tuning in. Today's video is on hitting the thrift stores. Now, you may be wondering why thrift stores. The thrift stores is one of our company's favorite places to source books. And I also think it's one of the best places to source books if you're new to online book selling. And this is why. Three main reasons. It's a low stress environment. So unlike some of the super big book sales out there, you're not going to be going toe to toe with other book scanners. You're not going to feel the anxiety and the stress of fighting over the limited amount of profitable books that are at a particular sale. You're going to be able to go to a thrift store, ideally during the week when most people are at work, and you're just going to be able to mosey on through the book section relatively uninterrupted, finding profitable books to sell. That means it's going to give you some extra time to look at the books, to look at the data, to make decisions, and maybe do a little extra research just until you get comfortable sourcing books. And then I definitely would recommend going to book sales and branching out into other sourcing locations. But a good place to start is a thrift store. It's a good place to also find consistent inventory. It's probably not going to net you as many books on a regular basis as like a book sale would, a good book sale, but you're going to be able to have some predictability. There's some thrift stores in our area that our team hits up, and they're able to, roll in there. They're there for about an hour. They get 40 to 50 books. So it's not like hundreds of books. It's not van loads or truckloads full of books. But when you set up a network of thrift stores and you're getting 40 to 50 books at each one, and there's the predictability's there, the dependability's there, then it just takes a lot of the stress out of the equation. And finally, it's a great environment to build relationships. Now, you can do some relationship building with some of the other sources. The thing I like about thrift stores is they're being all the books are being brought to them. They're being inundated with books, and you can approach store management and you can set up mutually beneficial relationships. That's going to mean that you're going to get cheaper books, you're going to get a decent volume of books, and you're also going to help out this local thrift store and their charitable organization, which is a great thing. So how to find good thrift stores. The first thing I'd recommend you do is Google search thrift store in the name of your town. And you may be surprised because there's, thrift stores are kind of tucked around and hidden in little places all over. You might find some thrift stores you didn't even know exist. And then trial and error. So how do you determine if a thrift store is good? I mean, you might have it on the map. You might know where it's at. You're just going to need to go and you're going to need to shop there. You need to scan their books. You need to look them up online. And then you'll determine usually really quickly whether this thrift store is a dud or a stud, whether it's going to be a place that you visit once every couple months, or if you're going to put it on the radar to be visited every week, because some thrift stores are worth weekly visits. So when you get to the thrift store, this is what I recommend you do. These are my favorite sections, and obviously you can vary them however you want, but when I go to the thrift store, I grab a shopping cart and I head over to the book section and I start in the reference section. Now, usually what's in the reference section, there's dictionaries and encyclopedias sometimes, but there's also textbooks, like the big, thick, super expensive textbooks that college students are buying and then donating. And you can buy those books for, the same price you could buy the other books, but oftentimes those have a higher resale value. Then I go to the business, history, biography, religion, health, and arts and crafts sections in order. I feel like those also offer really good resale value. I like business a lot, in part because we resell a lot of business books. I mean, some of the information you learn in business books is timeless. So, the book could have been published 4 or 5 years ago, but people are still buying that book. There's still value in that book. And so you're able to scoop up that book, for $1 or less, $2 or less, and then sell it for $11 or more, which is what we're looking for. And also, I really like business books myself. So I think maybe it's just a bias on my part. I'll often go to the business section and I'll find books for myself to read. Sometimes I resell them. Sometimes I just put them on my shelf. I have quite the collection. But that's, investing into the future of my company and my business. So I think it's good. History and biography and religion, all those books are great. In fact, if you're thinking textbook season, you're thinking college students, a lot of times they buy the bulky textbooks in a lot of classes, but a lot of times the professor will supplement the main textbook with a lot of smaller nonfiction books that aren't necessarily, quote unquote textbooks. So maybe it's a certain historical topic. Maybe you're in like a history class and you're studying the Crusades. Well, they'll recommend that you buy a book on the Crusades, and maybe you find that at a thrift store. So I know, you're buying a book that it looks like a paperback book, but you're then able to sell it for $20, $30, $40, $50 even, depending on how profitable and how much demand there is for that particular topic. And then arts and crafts is probably our least favorite. Health and arts and crafts. Health has a lot of like baby books, what to do when you're expecting, those type of books. And tends to be, there's so many different fad diets and all that, and parenting books that are just not worth any money. So sometimes if we don't have time, we just avoid that section altogether. But occasionally you can go through, you can find some good books that have some good resale value. And arts and crafts, again, it's a hit or miss kind of thing. There's a lot of junk there, but occasionally you find some good books. Like I think we had one that was like concrete landscaping. So you pour concrete and you do all these really cool designs, and it makes your yard look really cool. I mean, I don't know, it's very niche, but it's sold. We made some good money. It's really important to find the best deals. So you can do some of this research online, but you also should be doing some of this in the store on location. Know when the best sales are. So are there particular days in the week or in the month or in the year that your thrift store has sales on their books? If so, find out when that is. And also, is there discounts for buying more books? So at our local Savers is one of the thrift stores that we find a lot of books at. They have it's a buy four get one free. I mean, so essentially that's like 20% off, which can add up. Also, what about donation discounts? So at the Goodwill and also at the Savers, if you donate, they give you a percentage off your entire purchase, like a coupon, a one-time use coupon. So we bring in bags of stuff in the back that, just stuff from our house, or books, plus also books that we decided we can't sell or that have been returned. We donate them. They give us a 20% off coupon. We go in the front of the store. We buy their books. We get them for 20% off, buy four, get one free. And then we also get to use our 20% off coupon. So it's another 20% off on top of that. So you can see that's a couple ways we're able to bring down the price of the book significantly, so that it meets our criteria, keeps our cost of goods sold low, so we can up our profit. Then also Goodwill. I don't know if you have some Goodwills in your area. A lot of times Goodwill's books are really overpriced in a lot of regions. But if you know when their sales are, then you can take advantage of Goodwill and some of their inventory. So on Sunday and Monday, as of the time I made this video, I know they do change their calendar every once in a while, but so be sure to check it out. They have 50% off a particular color tag on Sundays and Mondays. And then that tag goes down to $1.99 no matter what. So, I mean, not a huge deal, but some of the books are priced like in the $10 range, which is absolutely crazy for a used textbook. Especially because what are the odds that somebody's going to come in looking for that exact textbook at that exact physical location? But when you get 50% off, when you get $1.99, that's good. Also, sometimes Goodwill will have clearance on a particular tag. So all green tags are like buy 10 books for $1.99 or $1.49, I think it was. That's a really good deal. So if you can go in there and take advantage of those sales, that's great. The other thing I want you to do is talk to store management. I mean, it'll be your first trip, but it could be. Go just talk to the manager and just say, hey, I sell books online. We have an online bookstore. I'm just a small family-owned and operated business, and I was just wondering if you have a problem with excess amount of books, and I would be happy to buy a bunch of books if you'd be willing to give me an extra discount. And you never know. Some thrift stores, like I've said in other videos, are inundated with books, and you're able to then go in the back, source books in the back that never hit the shelf, and get them for about $1/4 a piece or less. And that's an incredible deal. That's really going to help your business grow. So just to wrap things up, make sure you're documenting everything. Keep a record of the best stores. Make note of the best sales. Document the names of helpful employees. I mean, if you know the person that stocks the books every day, and you also get to know the manager, write their names down. Keep those contact information down, because this is all going to be invaluable information that's going to help you make your business more profitable and run more efficiently. And then also this information will help you with outsourcing. So I'd highly encourage you to consider hiring people to do some of the sourcing for you down the road. You can take all this documentation, all this information, all the lessons that you've learned in this week of sourcing, and you're going to be able to put together some good training materials for the people you plan to hire. And it's going to really help put them in a position to succeed. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. I just would encourage you to go out and hit the thrift stores. I'd love to hear your stories. Email me, hit me up in the Facebook groups. Let me know how it's going. I'd be happy to hear of your success. Thank you so much. Have a great day.